How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're all well and thanks for joining me for another video. It's Monday the 2nd of February and it's 6:05. I'm down the local day ticket and I'm already set up. My rods are on buzzers ready to go. I've just got to put my unhooking mat and landing nets together and we're ready to get fishing. The reason I've got here so early is because you'll see from the title, glow in the dark corn. Does it make a difference if you use it at night or in the day? It's something I've never used at all, really. I've had some in my pot. I think I've probably cast it out once since making my videos in the day for maybe an hour, and I can't even remember if I caught on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to have an hour and a half of fishing it, charged up in the dark. You'll see what I mean by charged up, and see if we get any bites. And then we're going to do an hour and a half in daylight hours. Again, see if we get any bites, see if there's any difference. So let me spin you around, show you where I am, and let's get on with it. I imagine a few of you can work out where I am from those steps. A lot of you watching might not have a clue, but some people will. But I've come back in the same peg again. It'd be stupid not to. I've done really well out of here the last 2 weeks running. So the fish are obviously out in front of this area, so it makes sense to come back in here. I'm the only one here, so I can choose where I go, which is nice. Just going to show you the rod setup while we're down here, because then we can get these cast in and get on with the fishing. So the rod setup, 15-pound KORDA subline, down to the length of dark matte tungsten tubing, the KORDA run sleeve, 3-ounce gripper lead, and a size 8 quick change swivel. All three rods are fished the same. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the rigs, and then we're going to get some rods out, and then we're going to get some bait out. But you'll see, if I turn my head torch off, yeah, it's pitch black. So let me get some rigs sorted out, and I'll show you what we're doing rigs wise. Get these sweet corns charged up. You'll see what I mean by that as well. Let's get some bloody rods out there. Let's have a little look at the rigs then. They're all the same, they're all identical. All three rigs are the flip rigs. All the same length. The hook baits are all the same, which is a piece of glow in the dark corn and half a STICKYBAITS manila dumbbell. The length of hair is pretty much identical. I've used this rig quite a lot, and the reason I'm using it again is because I've got some tied up and the coated braid. I can cast this out. I don't want to put a PVA bag on this. I want to fish it as a single. I know there's a bit of bait on there. That's because the hair's too long just to fish the corn, but I want the visual side of things to play a part, not a big bag of attraction from a bag of pellets or crumb or a load of goo or glugs or whatever. I just want a single bait out there that's glowing. You'll see what I mean by that in a minute. So let me get one charged up and one not charged, and then you'll see what the difference is, and then we'll get some rods out. I've had to turn the light off in the back of my van for this, but all I'm doing is I'm getting my torch and I'm turning it on, and I'm then just charging one. This is how you charge the glow in the dark corn. You literally just hold a torchlight or your head torch, whatever you've got. You hold it on it for a few seconds. The longer you hold it, the more it will charge. And then as we take it away, and I turn my head torch off. Oh, that one's glowing a lot more. Those two have got charged with it. I was trying to show you them uncharged, but yeah, that one's definitely glowing a lot harder than those. So that is what's going out. Three like luminous green bits of corn in the darkness. So yeah, let's give them a bit more. Let's see if we can charge them up. It's very easy, just shining the light on it like that. Take it away. Oh yeah, they look good. Okay, let's get them hooked on some rods and let's get fishing. You'll see I've managed to wrap some paste around the lead. That was never not going to happen, was it? But I'm just going to turn my head torch out and show you the bit of corn now. Look at that glowing, lovely. So that's what's going to hopefully get us a bite in the darkness, is that piece of glowing corn. So I'm going to cast out with just my head torch on. I'm not going to light all the bank up to show you the cast, because that's not how it would be in a real fishing situation. You'd be casting out with the aid of your head torch. So I'm going to do that now. We'll get this first rod out. We'll repeat the process twice more, and then we'll get some bait out. There's the second one all ready to go out. This will be the middle rod. Again, exactly the same. And there's rod number 3, all ready to go. Happy days. There's 3 rods down there, all fished on glow in the dark corn. I can confidently say I've never caught a fish on it before like this, because I've never used it for what it's designed for. I've used it on and off over the years, like here and there for a tipper in the daytime, but I've never charged it up and sort of chucked it out in the dark glowing, because yeah, to me that looks a bit out there. But you never know, today could be the day I get my first bite on it during the hours of darkness. Also, you don't see this very often, or I don't think you've seen this on the channel at all yet, and that's my throwing stick. I thought, do you know what, instead of catapulting the baits out, we're going to use the throwing stick for a change. So I've got 2 kilos of 15mm trick nut there. I'm not going to put all of it in, but the next video I'm making today, it involves a spreader boiling. I thought, while it's dark, let's use a throwing stick and get it spread out there. So I'm going to put probably half of that out, so maybe a kilo. It's a lot of bait for sort of trying to get a bite on a glow in the dark hook bait, but at the end of the day, if we do get a bite over a kilo of bait, it means that they've singled out that sort of visual side of it, doesn't it? So I'm going to get some bait in now, and I'll bring you back, I guess, if we get a bite, or I don't know, maybe when it's light, because there's no point in me recasting. I'm not going to achieve anything. They've all gone out there, they've all landed well. It's dark, I've got just over an hour. Let's get some bait in. Let's see if we can get my first bite in the darkness on glow in the dark corn. That's baiting taken care of. I think I've gone a little bit overboard, because there's definitely not a kilo left in that bag, and there was 2 kilos to start with, but it won't hurt, because the next video is all about a spread of bait. So I've got it in advance before the bloody seagulls get here, because using a throwing stick, putting 3 and 4 baits out at a time, the seagulls, they're going to get pretty much every one. So at least we've got it in now, and if this hook bait is as attractive and standing out there as it's supposed to be, then the amount of bait out there won't matter, because they'll home in on that first, won't they? So let's see if I can get my first glow in the dark cornfish in the hours of darkness. If I do, you'll know about it. There's nothing I can really do other than sort of sit on the rods now, get the kettle on, and hope one of those goes off. So if anything happens, I'll bring it back, and if it doesn't, probably see you when it's light. That's you on the stand watching the rods. It looks lighter than it is in the background. It's not. It's still pretty much pitch black. I've just looked at my phone, it's 10 to 7. I'm going to say by 8 o'clock is when I class it as being daylight now. So you're going to get an hour and 10 minutes watching the rods. And I reckon with casting in and messing around and baiting up and that, I was probably 15-20 minutes. So if we say an hour and a half of dark, and I'll give it till 9:30. So that'll be an hour and a half of light, and we'll see if there's one outfishes the other, or we catch nothing whatsoever. I don't know. I've never done a lot here in the darkness, so I don't know if it fishes well in the dark or not. I imagine it's just the same as the bloody daytime, to be honest. I can't see why it'd be any different. But I'll leave you watching those. I'm going to get the old kettle on, etc. Sit back, enjoy watching it get light in the next hour or so, and hopefully watch a rod rattle off. Cheers all, first one of the session. As for the session, it's a lot warmer this time than last time. When I was here this time last week, it was a hell of a lot colder. It's not. I've put the old temperature gauge in the edge. Let's have a little wander over. What's that reading? Wow, that's a lot different. Can you see that? 7.4. I think last time we had it down to 3.6. So yeah, the water's warmed up. The water's also risen. It definitely wasn't as high up as it is, because where I sit my mat and net, that's the same place I sit it, but they're now sat in the water. So the water levels come up, but the temperature has also come up, so that can only help the fishing. As for the fishing, nothing's happened, not even a line knock or nothing like that whatsoever. I was hoping to get a really quick bite. If this is as good as I thought it might be, I thought, yeah, do you know what, we'll chuck it out. I doubt I'll even get the second rod in. They've been out there for a little while now. It's gone 7 o'clock, nothing's happened, you know, so I've got less than an hour left already. I've not had a bite. So I don't know, maybe this idea I've had isn't as good an idea. I mean, this is my own idea, it's not a viewer request, it's my own idea of thinking, yeah, should we try it dark versus light on the corn? So far it's not going too well, but But the next video hopefully is going to be a better one than this, because this is a, yeah, so far a flop, isn't it? Let's be honest. But you never know, it could go off at any second, or they could just not feed in the darkness here. But I have caught over the other side of the lake in the dark, so I know you can get nighttime bites. Maybe this corn thing isn't as good an idea as I imagined. I don't see many people using it. I've hardly used it myself. Don't know if you lot have or not. If you have, let me know how you've got on, if you've done well on it or not so well on it. It's hard to find. If you look to buy it online, there isn't many people selling it, so whether they even make it anymore or not, I don't know. It's just something I sort of had in my little plastics pot, stumbled across it and thought, let's have a go and see what happens. At the minute, not a lot. But I'm going to put you back on the stand watching the rods. Like I say, we've got less than an hour left of what I'm classing as darkness hours, and then we're going to give it an hour and a half into daylight hours and see if that's any better than what it is up to now. So let's put you back down there watching those rods and let's see what happens. You'll see it looks a lot lighter now, and to be honest, yeah, it is. It's starting to get light now. That coffee was done, yeah, a little while ago, to be fair. I've looked, it's 20 to 8. Absolutely nothing has happened in this sort of first section of the video. You have been sat down there on the stand. I've had my power pack going, just constant recording, you know, of the rods doing nothing. So there's 20 minutes left of what I'm classing as darkness hours. You know, at 8 o'clock is when I'm saying, right, that's when I'm beginning the daylight hour time, which, yeah, in 20 minutes, it looks still slightly lighter than it is, but in 20 minutes it will be what I class as daylight. And then we're going to go again, but I'm not going to recast because there's no need to. The paste is still going to be on the leads. The rigs will still be charged up. That stuff's meant to last 8 hours. I looked at it, researched it. It says 8 hours. If you charge it for 30 seconds, they should glow for 8 hours. Well, I had them on charge for at least a minute, probably longer. So they're going to be glowing for the whole of this session. And we're going to check them when they come in. Sort of, I'm going to try find a little dark spot I can try them under, see if they still glow as much as they did when I cast out. And I'm hoping that we catch something, you know. If we go through this next 20 minutes and nothing happens, and then we catch 3 or 4 in the next hour and a half, there's a few sort of scenarios you can say, well, is it sort of bite time? Is it the witching hour? Or do they just work better during the daylight hours? I don't know. That's a decision you have to make yourself if that happens. If I catch nothing, then, well, can't really make any decisions, can we? But we're going to have a little wander back over here now, because I did notice it started to drop, and it has dropped again. It's now gone down to, sorry, it's hard to not get a glare on there, 6.2 degrees, just in case you can't read that. So the temperature has gone down. Like I say, the rods there are all out nice. You probably can't see the lines. One's going there, one's there, one's there. So they're spread nicely. Spread a bait out over there. Not going to put any more in because there's no signs telling me that the fish have got their heads down feeding. I'm hoping they're still in this area. The gentleman who's fishing, I think he's gone in the stump peg. I've seen him cast in. I haven't seen him wind anything in yet. So he's been fishing a good half an hour, 45 minutes as well, which I know it doesn't sound a long time. If you're new to the channel, you think, crikey, you're a bit like impatient, mate. On this venue, people come here to catch fish. It's just had another recast now. People come here to catch fish. This venue is known, this lake particular is known as, well, what you class as a runs water. You come here to get bites, you know. It's not uncommon if you come here in the summer to get 20 bites during a day session, then go home. That's why people come here. That's why I'm here in the winter, because it's a venue you can get bites from. I mentioned this in a video about choosing the right water for winter. You come here to get bites. The size doesn't matter. I'm not here for big fish. I'm not here for 40-pound fish because there isn't one in here. You know, I'm not even convinced there's a 30-pound fish. I've never seen it in here. There could be, but I've never seen it, or I've never seen a picture of it. As far as I'm aware, a common around £29, the biggest one in here. But it's winter. It's just nice to get a bend in the rod. But so far, there is no bend in the rod this time round. But I'll put you back on the stand. I've had my little waffle. You've got 15 minutes sitting on there watching those, and then I'll bring you back to say, right, nothing's happened in darkness hours. If that's the case, we're in daylight hours, and we'll see how the next hour and a half goes. Anyway, I'll see you shortly. Let's put you back on the stand watching those rods then, but already we're in that transition period of going from dark to light. You know, we've had the proper hour of fishing in the dark, and that's been and gone. We're now in that sort of hour period of where it starts getting light to becoming fully light. We're in that now. So the sort of tail end of this first half is going to be in that, and the beginning of the second half will be, and then the last hour will be what I'm classing as full daylight hours, you know. Whether this corn's any good or not, I don't know. They do it in a blue version. I have ordered some blue, but it was so difficult to find anybody that sold it in green or blue. So whether it's a discontinued product now that's not made anymore, I don't know. I remember years ago that Enterprise made it, and it came with a special sort of charge up key ring. That's a lot of years ago now though. I remember seeing that. I haven't, like I say, I think it came in a job lot of stuff I bought, and I've had a while, and I've never really used it. And so far the results are not great for me this session. But like I mentioned, if you've had really good results on it, let me know, because it's something I'll pursue with a little bit more. But if you've had really, really bad sessions on it, I won't bother using it again. So all comments are helpful, not just to me, but for people watching. But for now, speaking of watching, you've got about, like I say, just under 20 minutes left of watching those rods. So I'll leave you doing that. And yeah, start prepping the rigs for the next video, I guess. Well, that's it. It's 8 o'clock. You can see I've got my little chair sat behind there, just watching the rods. The first section has been a complete flop. Absolutely nothing to report whatsoever. So as far as I'm concerned, I've failed in the dark hours section. We're now going to see how the fishing in daylight hours section goes. But I'm just going to spin you around and show you the sky behind me. Look at that coming through there. Look at that glowing. That's really cool. I'm going to get a picture of that. That's a really cool sunrise happening behind me, and it's already beginning to sort of glow. And we're away. Look at that left hand rod. Let me put you down. So that's the first bite, and to me, I'm classing this as daylight. We didn't get a bite in the hours of darkness on it, or the hour and a half, I should say, of darkness on it. But as soon as it's got light, we've had a bite. So already the daylight hour section is winning, but by how many? That's what we're going to see. On that. Definitely not a big one, this one. There we go. So that's one in daylight hours, and the paste is still on the lead. So I know that those two rods out there, they've still got paste on them, so there's no need to change them. We'll have a look at this fella, and we'll get it back, and we'll get that rod back out there. Just have a little look at this one. Common, maybe £7. Hook holder's right in there. He has shaken the bloody dumbbell. Where you going to jump? Right, we're going to lift him back in and get him back into his home. Let's see if we can do that with the camera running or not. Any fins down? Yep. Let's put you gently in there. Let's take you back out. Right. Where are you? You're ready to go. No, you're well stuck in the net. He's not now. Off he goes. Thank you, fish number one. So I'm going to get a fresh half bait on there. Get it sorted out again. I can just show you. So the corn is there, but to me it doesn't look like it's glowing now. Doesn't look like it's glowing at all, but it should be. You'll see the silicone, that's been blown right back. The rig is, oh yeah, that's sharp. That's sharp, but we can still use that again. That's good. And the paste still on the lead. So those two rods out there, they're fine. So I'm going to get a fresh bait on. We'll get that rod back out and we'll see if we can get fish number 2. Just baiting that rod up, sorting it out. The middle one's pulled up. I'm literally just in the process. Got my baiting needle, just sorting that rig out. Middle rod's gone now. So that's 2 bites in 10 minutes. As soon as it's got light, we've had 2 bites. So it is either, is it because it's daylight or is it because it works better during daylight? I don't know. All I know is we've got a fish and I'm happy. Pulling back a bit more this one, but I don't think it's a big one, it's just angry. Yeah, it doesn't look a monster. Right, let's try to get my net without ruining everything. Hey, number 2 in the net. So before we get that fish out and have a look, I'll just show you that rig is all ready to go again. Fresh hook bait. I've not charged the corner on, I think, because it says it should still be working. I'm going to get this rod back out there and then we'll have a look at the fish we've just landed. Just show you this one getting released. It's common, around about, I don't know, maybe £6, something like that. Really clean mouth on that one. He's been treated. He's out the net and he's back on his way home. Thank you very much. That's fish number 2. The left hand rod that I've just put out, that's become the middle rod. I'm now going to sort that rig out and get it back out there again, and I'm going to put a handful of bait in my pocket and try and get some bait out as well. But already there's a seagull sat over there, so yeah, how well that goes I don't know, but I'll bring you back shortly when all 3 rods are on the rest, and it's probably coffee time. And we're back out, all 3 rods out fishing again. I've just looked at the time, it's 8:25, so we've got just over an hour left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pocket full of bait out with the throwing stick again, see how many the bloody seagulls get. I don't think it'll take them long, and just see if we can get a bite or 2 more during this like last hour period, because so far we've had 2 bites within the first sort of 20-25 minutes of this half, whereas last half we had nothing whatsoever. So the daytime is definitely out fishing the night time as far as I'm concerned at the moment, but let's see just how many we can get. Surprise, surprise, that didn't take long. You know, it doesn't matter that I've got a throwing stick instead of a catapult. They're just associating people now with bait. There's, what is there, 5 flying around. So that's it. I've got about, I don't know, 50, 60 baits gone out there. They probably got maybe 10 of them. So we have got some more bait out there. So now I'm just going to get the kettle on. Like I say, I'm going to say we've got an hour left. Let's see if we can get at least 1 more fish. Cheers all, second one of the video. You'll see jacket's disappeared, the old head torch has finally come off. I forgot I was still wearing it, and I have a coffee, so you know what time it is. That's right, it's where I say to you, as always, thank you for the support you give the channel in whatever way you are supporting me. It really is appreciated, it really does mean a lot. You lot that are subscribed are supporting me in the strongest way possible, so honestly thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed or you're new, please consider it. It doesn't cost you nothing, there's no contract. Press subscribe and that's it, you're done. Make sure you press the bell icon if you do subscribe, and then you'll know when my videos come out. If you don't subscribe, you can't do that. So my videos 99% of the time will come out at 6 p.m. in the evenings. What days I don't know, but if you look after 6, if there's going to be one, it'll be on. If there's not, it won't. Also, you lot that are hyping the videos, that really is making a massive difference. You know, I know there's that bloody word, but it really is making a massive difference to the videos. More people are discovering me, my views are going up, my subscribers are going up, and I don't know what it's actually doing, but it's doing something positive. So if you are hyping the videos, thank you very much. I still don't fully understand it, but from what I can work out, you get 3 hypes a week for nothing. I think you can buy them, but please don't buy them. Just use your free ones and wait till your next week comes along and use them again. And you basically slide the top comment on the video to the left, and then there's all these options come up, and one will say hype this video. You either press it or you slide it to the left. I don't exactly know what, but like I say, you get 3 a week. So instead of using all 3 on me, if you watch someone else or 2 other people, give them 1 each. So give us all 1 each, and it helps everybody equally then. Like I say, I still don't fully understand it, but all I know is it's really making a difference to my channel. So if you are hyping the videos, or you wouldn't mind, thank you very much. It really is appreciated. But for now, we're going to get back to the fishing. We've got about half an hour-ish, maybe slightly longer than that, left of this actual fishing session. I'm hoping we get 1 more. It would be nice, but if we don't, we've had 2 in daylight hours and 0 in darkness hours. So you can already sort of take something from this video. But anyway, that's enough of me waffling. I'm going to finish my coffee, watch the rods, as you are too. And again, from me, thank you very much. That was nice. We've not got far down the coffee, to be honest. Probably halfway down it. The old sun's gone. It's definitely coming over cloudy. It's not meant to rain today, but the sun's disappeared. So this is the 3rd bite within sort of like an hour of it being light, whereas we had no bites in an hour and a half of it being dark. So it is all stacking towards that it's not as effective at night time as it is in the day. And like I said, I've heard people mention this over the years, they've done better in the day. So maybe it is right. Definitely works in the day. Nice. Another comment about the same size, and I can already see that the paste is still on the lead. I didn't put any fresh paste on either, so that's still the same paste from when I cast out this morning. It's still on the lead. So this one's slightly bigger and it's very dark. Look at the browns and the golden colours on this. It's lovely. This one's still got the hook bait. You'll see he's absolutely, or hopefully you can, if I can lift his head up. He's nailed straight in the centre of that bottom lip. Look at that. Right, I don't know if I can do it one-handed. Let me get him unhooked. We'll get him treated and get him back. But again, looking in his mouth, it's got them bloody leeches in it, but that is smack bang in the middle of the bottom lip. What a beautiful fish. Look, that's got some lovely colours. I'm just going to show you as I take the lead out the net. Still the same bit of paste I started with this morning, so happy days. I need to get some carp care kit on him there, and then we'll get him back. Okay, this fella's all ready to go back. He's been treated. Lovely browns on that. There you go, mate. There you go. I've not got the GoPro working today because, again, I think the water's still too cold. I tried it at home. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it. I think the water temperature just, I don't know, it sort of said the batteries were flat when they weren't. I think it's just too cold for it. I need to look at what the sort of minimum temperature you can use it in is, because I know it was 3.6 last time. Let's have a little wander back over. Oh, it's gone up 6.6. back down to 2 rods, so I need to get that rod sorted out again. I'm not putting any more paste on it. Like I say, I'm still using the same paste, and that's now the second fish I've caught on that rod, so it does last on there quite a while. I'm going to check the rig sharp, and we'll get it back out there. You can see there's 2 resident ducks sort of sitting there waiting for I don't know what, because they're not getting out, but I'll leave you watching the rods and hopefully we can get one more. But as for the coffee, I'll just show you without spilling it. I got that far down it after that clip before that rod went, so yeah, 3 bites really quick in the daylight hours. Darkness hours, 0. That's that rod back out there. I'm going to sit back in my chair, finish my coffee, put my jacket on because it's turned a bit cooler now, but I think it's because I've took my jacket off, I've let my body heat escape. So I'm going to put my jacket back on, finish my coffee, watch those rods. Like I say, plenty of time left yet to get another bite. Fingers crossed we do. Thought I'd bring you back for a little update. We've got 15 minutes left. Whether we get another bite in this video or not, I don't know. I'm happy that we've got 1 to begin with. We've had 3 in daylight and 0 in the darkness. Whether that's conclusive or not, that's going to have to be down to you lot to decide yourselves. I think I'm going to try using this corn again, but when I do an overnight session somewhere and I've got the same sort of amount of daylight hours as nighttime hours, so just to make it a bit fairer. We've given it an hour and a half on each, but obviously we had the disturbance of casting in the darkness, the baiting up, you know, and do these fish actually feed as heavily in dark hours as they do in daylight hours? Because most people sort of fish here during the day. You do get people doing nights, but I haven't got any sort of feedback telling me whether it fishes better in the day or night, so that could be a factor in it. I don't know, but for now, like I say, we've got 15 minutes left. Mate in the stump peg, he's baiting up, so he's getting hammered by the seagulls. I think he's had 2 fish as well. He might have even had 3, I don't know. He's definitely had 2. So the fish are spreading around. They are feeding, so that's great, because the next video I need them to be moving, which if you watch it you'll understand what I mean. But for now, let's continue with this one. Like I say, 15 minutes left. Let's see if we can get fish number 4, but if we don't, we don't. I'll see you for an outro. That's 2 rods wound in on the rest. Time to get the 3rd one in. But what I've noticed is both leads have come in with the paste on still. I haven't put any paste on any leads since the moment I've cast out. The middle rod has done 1 fish. The right hand rod, it hasn't done a bite, has it? I've just noticed that the right hand rod has done absolutely nothing during dark or daylight. The paste is still on there, pretty much the same as the one that has done a bite. And the left hand rod, that's done 2 bites. I'm now going to wind that in and we'll see how much paste is left on there, and then we're also going to check how much the corn is still glowing as well. So that's it, no rods are fishing now, they're all wound in. Let's have a look at the temperature. 6.6. It's got a horrible glare on there, isn't it? 6.6. But I'm just going to show you these. Like I say, I've not touched them. That's the coated one. Oh, it's fell off the back there a little bit, but that's the coated lead. I haven't found that to be any better, if I'm honest, than these ones, the smooth ones. You know, that's still full. In actual fact, that's got more in it, and that's done a fish. And let's have a little wander over. This one has done 2 bites. Still got all that paste of all that goodness in it. So again, oh, it's a bit loose there, to be fair. You can see that if I sort of squeeze it, I've got all the stuff coming out of it. Got all the goodness oozing out of it. But there's the rig. I'm going to just see, because it's a little bit darker under here. I'm just going to see. Oh yeah, it does. I can see that glowing. Look at that. There you go. So it does glow. So, whilst my rig's under there, it does still glow. It's been fishing 3 hours. It's not been recharged or nothing, so I can guarantee it works for 3 hours. The paste, I can also say, is still on the lead after 3 hours, at least. You know, how long it would stand there for, I don't know. Summertime temperatures, you have to bear in mind the water's warmer. It will probably break down more. But in this current situation I'm fishing in, you get a minimum of 3 hours. Absolute minimum. So yeah, that's happy days. But now, spin you lot round and do the old outro. And that brings us to the end of this one. Like I say, this is just something I thought of when I stumbled across it in my plastics pot. Something I don't use hardly at all. I've never used it in the darkness like I have charged up. It certainly does glow, let's put it that way. But it's not done me a bite, whereas in the daylight hours, it's done me 3. So on this occasion, 100% for me, it outfishes dark hours in daylight hours, this particular setup. But I've only used it once. an hour and a half in each situation. I know it's not long, but on this particular venue, that is more than enough in my opinion. You know, if you come in, you've not had a bite in an hour and a half, whatever you're doing, change it, because it isn't working on the day. I am going to try it again in the future, sort of overnight when I've got a longer session, and just see if it gets me a bite or not. But to be honest, my personal thought on it is, if I'm going to use it, I'll use it in daylight hours, because it definitely does work. Whereas darkness, I can't say it does, because I've never caught a fish. Don't know what you lot think. Let me know in the comments below if you use it, or you have used it, or you're thinking of using it, what your thoughts are, because it is relative and it does help others out. But from me, that's going to be it on this one. Don't forget the old thumbs up, subscribe and all that business. And if you're out on the bank yourself, hope you've been lucky, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.